These hardy lumberjacks of the 27th Company hail from Gaspé, Lac St. John, the Gatineau Valley, and the Acadian country. Every bite of their goguenard and every down sweep of their axes is a blow to the knapsack, for such are the weapons handled by these specialists of the Canadian Army. The cat-drawn saukies are a strange contrast to the horse-drawn sledges used in the days of Maria Chapdelaine. The trimmed logs must now be reduced to a more convenient length for transportation. These brawny shantymen are experts at handling the crosscut saw. The cut logs are taken to the sawmill and rolled into the pond where they wait to be fed to the buzz saws. No need here for the nimble-footed draveur accustomed to steering rafts on the swift waters of the Lièvre or on the Ottawa River. As the finished lumber comes out of the sawmill, it is taken to the woodyard and stacked in big piles, ready to be sent wherever it may be needed. Wood is required for the building of railroads, camps, barracks, fortifications, trenches, and bridges. This is indeed vital war work these French-Canadian woodsmen are doing in the forests of Scotland. When the village church in South Merstham, Surrey was smashed in the air raids of April 41, and the vicar injured, a Canadian corporal in civil life and Anglican padre took on the parish in his spare time. Thanks to him, and thanks to a detachment of Canadian engineers, a new church arose beside the old one, built from the materials salvaged from the ruins. The padre, Captain George Wolfendale, now promoted from the ranks and in the Canadian chaplain service, and the engineers responsible had reason to watch with pride the opening ceremonies performed by the Bishop of Southwark. Present were senior British and Canadian officers, the local branch of the British Legion, the ARP, and other members of the congregation. The Canadian Army itself has reason to look with pride on this small building, for it symbolizes the lasting comradeship of many units to many communities. It leaves in South Merstham a unique war memorial, built by Canadians of many denominations, a work of their heart and their hands. The name of Canada will be remembered here, and we too will remember places like this whose joys and sorrows we shared in the Battle of Britain. Most infantry soldiers feel that parade ground smartness is an infantry specialty and regard engineers as the fellows who do the tough jobs involving science and technical skill. But the sappers are just as smart on parade as anyone else. In fact, this display of precision drill by a battalion of the Royal Canadian Engineers would put many an infantry unit to shame. Acting on a single word of command, the squad goes through a series of movements with perfect timing and steadiness. French-Canadian. Its personnel is drawn not only from the province of Quebec, but from every part of the Dominion. And their smartness on the parade square is a sure indication of their training and efficiency as an engineering unit. whole story with a Canadian angle came out of a recent victorious campaign in Tunisia. It happened in the Gugulet Plain, where Sergeant Major L.A. Dumais of the FMR was attached to a British unit. Dumais suggested to the CO that, in view of the terrain, horses be used for patrol work instead of Bren carriers. The CO, who was a keen horseman, agreed to give it a try. The colonel himself often led the patrol, and some of the riders were former jockeys and stable boys. And so this English regiment, acting on a Canadian suggestion, kept up the old tradition of fox hunting. Only this time the fox was human, the enemy. On the occasion of this particular raid, the objective was a small farm held by the enemy, and a British Army film unit cameraman went out with the patrol. The Day of the Horse is not dead, for in the midst of the great Tunisian triumph, the most mechanized campaign in history, this little action developed into a real old-fashioned cavalry charge. Colonel Glimp would have rejoiced to see it. And when the action was over, the cavalry charge had done its job well. The Germans were forced to abandon the farm, leaving behind them a fair amount of booty. Sergeant Major Dumais, the originator of the mounted patrol idea, is a veteran of Dieppe, where he won the military medal. Good hunting, Sergeant Major.